And welcome back to Going Solo here on YouTube. It's great to have you back. No, seriously, it is awesome. And I am back here at the site of what will be kind of a small castle. But it's going to be a castle, and I'm going to love it because I just love castles. Turns out I can't walk straight through blocks. It's weird. But yeah, so there was this rock formation. Come out here, free cam, right? Part of it was over here by the cemetery, and part of it, was over here by this pass and my nether portal. And it's just so perfect for for the shape of a castle. So I'm going to go ahead and just build that out. And actually, I probably should do something about my inventory space, but when have I ever cared about inventory space? I should also probably sleep. That I do kind of care about. So I'm going to whip over here, sleep the night away, and then kind of get started dealing with this cliff face and turning it into a castle. So I'm tired today. I woke up way too early because my bladder said I had to be up. And I disagreed with my bladder, but turns out the bladder is going to win any argument along those lines. It's like, do I want to get up and go to the bathroom, or do I want to continue to sleep? And I was on the side of, I really would like to just sleep more. And my bladder was on the side of, no, you should probably get up and do something about this. And yeah, that's an argument the bladder is going to win. So I got up, and it was about 4:30 this morning, and then I couldn't get back to sleep. So I was like, man, this sucks. Looking at how this wall is coming around, I think I mostly want to try to keep sort of with some of the natural curve of this hill. Right now, I think this I'll actually bring out too, but I think coming this way, I want to come down here and pull this up as well. So this is going to come this way. I think I'll run the wall sort of over this way. I might probably not do that here, right on this little section, but I think I'll bring right at this row right here, and I'll just bring that straight across. So let's go ahead and dig this out, and we'll see how this looks when I get it done. Yeah, so that wall is looking fine. It's going to connect with whatever this rounded area is going to look like. And that I'm not entirely sure. So definitely bring this wall around, and it'll connect up over here somehow. I don't know quite what this joint is going to look like. And I'm not entirely sure where all of the walls are going to be. Like if I want to follow this, or if I want to come down where this fox is just hanging out and bring those up. There's some argument to be made, I suppose, for doing either of those things. I mean, this way would be straighter, I suppose, if you want to think about it that way. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Right, because if I just follow this angle, yes, it's an angle, but it's a 45 degree, it would be a straight shot, pretty much. But I do kind of want to bring it out around the outside here. So I think I'm going to follow the curve of this hill and just go with it, right? Is it going to be, come on, Fox, you're in the way. Is it going to be perfect and easy to build or easy to decorate? No, not really. But I think that's going to be part of the fun. Also, falling off the hill repeatedly is definitely part of the fun, because I don't like ankles, and apparently, and then, ow. Meanwhile, the poor fox. I don't know if foxes take fall damage, but if they don't, then that fox is just fine. Anyway, yeah, so I'm excited about the frog lights and having a new light source that's not quite as noisy, and in a couple of different colors. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be a little bit annoying getting frogs to grow up in the right environment. You send them to the right schools. They have, they're not getting into trouble with bad friends? Are they, you know, keeping their grades up? You know, those types of things. Really sort of want to keep an eye on that sort of thing. Okay, that's how parkour works, right? You just jump and you miss and then you fly away and try again, and you don't get it the first time, you just do it again and again. That's how that works, right? I think I'm fairly certain that's how that works. I'm sure I've heard that somewhere. And here I go, back up to the top. Whoa. Okay, turns out there is a small hole in the middle of the castle. What sort of what you would expect, actually. Turns out castles rarely solid. They're usually a pretty hollow building, you know, with, you know, like rooms and stuff. That's kind of what's going on here too, right? Because that's sort of the idea. By adapting the natural landscape, it'll give the castle a little bit more of an organic look, so it doesn't look quite so constructed. And I think that organic shape is just going to be a little bit more interesting to work with. Okay. You know, would it be a little bit odd? Yeah, kind of. You know, in a natural building, absolutely. But as a, I don't know, I was going to say as a work of art, I guess I need more stone. As a work of art, I think it's going to be, I think it's going to work. I think it's going to look good and provide some of that, sort of that impression of there's a castle here that sort of grew and adapted and is awesome, right? Or it's just going to look like it was designed by a madman. Both of which are perfectly valid approaches to building a castle. And today, we are taking the madman approach. Yeah, that's looking better. I'll have to do some brickification on this cliff face over here. But I think this is looking pretty good. Does it need work? Yeah. Looks like I've got some stuff right over here that I need to bring down. You know, because I can bring a castle down just as well as I can a party or people's good moods or any of that stuff, right? Come on, there we go. I'll just bring this right on down here. Wonderful. And I'll probably, in fact, I think I'll do that now. Is just run a little brick down there just to make it a little more solid in the ground. Okay, so before I take out the rest of this dirt, I want to bring this wall over. So it's sort of a terrace almost. And I think what I'll do, I may just bring it straight across. Okay, so I'll just come right on up here. Oop, this tree is going to have to move. I mean, you hate to see it, but honestly, you know, nature just needs to give way to, well, the advancement of civilization. Also, the advancement of civilization needs to give way to a good night's sleep, really. That's just, I think that's just one of those universal things they don't tell you about a lot, but I think it's true. I think it's true. Civilization will absolutely be good after a good night's sleep. Some Endermen left some dirt in a tree, and I question their design choices. I know, maybe I'm a little weird there, but I don't respect the Enderman's artistic choices, and that's on me, really. I mean, maybe the Enderman is right, and maybe tree dirt is the way to go, but I'm sort of suspecting not, you know? Okay, yeah, so if I take out some of this dirt here, so I lower this hill, I might lower this wall here just a little bit to put a little bit more, I don't know, just to give it a little bit more variation in height, I think might be the right way to approach that. In fact, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just take off this top row here. and I'll come in and take out part of the hillside, and I think that's going to fix my height issues. Okay, yeah, that is definitely looking a little bit better. I mean, you can, yeah, it's boring, but I always like to start boring anyway, so we'll do that. This area right here, this corner, I might take as a little bit of a curve or something. I don't know. We'll kind of see where it interfaces with both ends of the castle over there. But I think this side is looking pretty okay. So the next bit is to get around the back because, yes, and this side here. Because, yes, it is kind of good to actually do the backs of builds and things on occasion. I don't do it all the time, and, I take my cue from the professionals, right? The backs of the builds aren't important, right? So this side, I think, is going to be fairly straightforward. Literally, I think this is going to be very straightforward. It's going to go straight and forward. Except I was going to come over at this level. Okay. So it's not as straightforward as it seems. It's filled with treachery and deceit. But, what castle is it, really? Okay, so most of the way around. I've got some things I'll clean up and stuff later, but this side, yeah, it's definitely this hill is a little less defined for the castle shape. So I think what I'll do is I'll come off this side and start building this way. Right, I'll take this couple rows maybe and just see how that curve happens here. I think it's going to be easier to do from that side. Okay, last block is in place. And that's kind of how this wall sort of ended up shaping out as I came around from this side. As I mentioned before, I need to replace a lot of this stone with some brick. Because when I was texturing it, I was thinking cliff, not castle. But I think overall, let's just look at the top of it. Yeah, it gets a little narrow right here. And I'll need to take down all of the trees and stuff. But I think this is going to be a fun shape to work with for the castle. It's got some fun stuff. And yeah, I like the idea of throwing a tower right in here, sort of that guards the weak spot of the castle. Build a sort of a larger area over here. Yeah, I think overall this is going to be really, really cool. And I said, I have no clue how I'm going to make all of this work. Whoa. Okay. Hang on. We got some friends, and I don't want to say hi to them right now. Because it's bedtime, and bedtime is not a time to start getting into armed conflict. I'm sorry. Armed conflict needs to wait until morning at the very least. There's this little cutout here where I was, this was just part of the natural rock. I'm going to go ahead and just bring this down as brick. Just kind of fill this in. I think I'll take out. Aside from the fact I've got dirt up there, now that I'm thinking about it, I think maybe I don't want to take out that little bit. I just want to bring it down here a little bit. Ah, jeez. One of these days I will realize that my reach isn't that long, and maybe I should, stand on a stool or something. It's the thing. I'm tall. I don't tend to need stools. So in Minecraft, it's like, oh, I need a stool. This feels so wrong. Okay. In any case, let's go meander around and see what other little touch-ups I can do along the base. And make sure that... Ah, cheese monkeys! Oh, there they are. There they are. They found me. I don't know how, but they found me. Okay, pillagers have been taken care of. So, yeah, pillagers have been taken care of. Let's go ahead and do that inspection I was going to do here a minute ago. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up this tunnel, and this is going to be the entrance to the castle as well. So there'll be the main road that runs through here, but then there'll be a turn here somewhere along this, I'm not sure where, and that's going to be the entrance to the castle. So I think the next thing I need to do is figure out how I want to put this in, and if I'm going to make it part of the castle, most of this hill is going to change. And so I'm looking kind of at the top here, and that there's some I don't know, I kind of want to leave some of the dirt there too. So maybe what I'll do is I'll come in here with some of this stone. Oops, that is definitely not stone. That is scaffolding. Doesn't work nearly as well as stone at holding up buildings, you know. Temporarily, perhaps, but not as a sort of permanent fixture. Okay. And bring this out this way just a bit. Maybe I'll bring it over this way. So I'm going to play with this a little bit, and we'll see where it ends up. Sorry, I know it's like, oh, interesting thought. Are you going to tell us what it is? No, I'm not. Nope, you're just going to have to guess from what I'm doing. Right? I had a thought, but, you know, would I share it with the chat? Of course not. Maybe? No, totally. Totally sharing my thought. So what I thought I was going to do, or thought I would do, is, like, kind of see how this sort of starts to come out this way because of the shape of the hill. Do the same thing on this side and shape this out this way a little bit. Yep. That is definitely the next step. So the walls are up. I've got an idea where I want the gate to be, so roughly in here in the tunnel. And then, yeah, I just need to clean out all of the dirt and all of the stone and everything inside the castle so I just have the skeleton of it. Okay, that's doable. It's definitely going to take gonna take some time. And yeah, I've got the haste beacon, so a little jump boost might help, but at least I've got the haste too, so that's a win. That's gonna take a while. Okay, so that's about the time I've got today, and made some progress. Got the outside of the castle in place. So I just need to hollow it out. I think we're gonna be good. So we'll leave it here for today. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming, signing off.